In this video, we are going to see a lesson electricity for grade 6. And in our olden days, we know that we don't have electricity, and our grandparents and great grandparents used oil lamps, candles, so at night, and they used woods to burn and keep themselves warm, all those things. Okay, now, so what are the appliances we are using, like your washing machine, electric cooker, refrigerator, uh, kettle, vacuum cleaner, fan, oven, laptop. So all those things consumes electricity. Now it is very easier for us when we switch on, when you plug it and we switch on, we are using all these electrical equipments. Have you ever thought that from where we are getting this electricity, and what may be the sources of this electricity? Let's see. So what is meant by the sources of electricity? So any device from which electricity is produced, that will call as a sources of electricity. So there are various sources, like your thermal power station, nuclear power station, windmills, solar panels, your idle power station. So all those things, they are the sources of electricity. So out of the thing, the major power stations are thermal power station, idle power station, atomic power stations, and windmills. So these are the major power stations which are present in our country. And now we are we are using the solar panels to get electricity. First, let's see what is a thermal power station, and how we are getting electricity from thermal power stations. So in thermal power station, so heat energy is first produced, okay, by burning the coal. So what we are doing is, we are taking coal and we are burning it. It can be a coal or diesel or gas, and we are burning it so that it produces a steam. So it produces lot of heat energy, and that heat energy is used to produce steam, and the steam that's produced is used to rotate the turbine. Okay, so look at this video. Look at this video. So here, this is your turbine. So that this is your turbine. Okay, so here the heat energy was burned and it forms a steam, and this steams flows through the turbine, and which makes the turbine to rotate. The turbine is connected to a coil. So here also it is flowing, and this turbine is connected to a coil, and this coil is kept in between a electromagnet. Okay, so when the turbine rotates, the coil also rotates, which leads to a electromagnetic induction, and so the current is produced, the electricity is produced there. Okay, so the electricity was produced and it was collected, and which was used by us. Okay, what happens in this thermal power station is, here the thermal energy is converted into a electrical energy. So here the thermal energy is converted into electrical energy. Next one is your idle power station. So idle power station means we are getting energy from water. Okay, so the turbine is made to rotate by the flow of water. So this idle power stations will be located near the dams, where water will be flowing in a great force. Okay, that water will have a kinetic energy, and this water makes a turbine to rotate so that it will produce a electricity. So in an idle power station, what happens is kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy. So in idle power station, kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy. So next is your atomic power stations. So in atomic power station, nuclear energy is used to boil water, and this steam is used to produce the is used to make the turbine to rotate, and therefore here the nuclear energy is converted into mechanical energy, and that mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So what happens is here nucleus, so that is the radioactive element will be kept, and it will continuously emit the radiation, and it will also release the energy, and this will make it to uh, make the water surrounding it to convert it to get heated up, and it will become steam, and this steam will be moving to the turbine, and this turbine will start to rotate, and this turbine will be connected to a coil, and the coil will also start to rotate, and this coil will be in between the electromagnet. It will be placed in between the electromagnet, and as the coil rotates in the in the magnetic field, electricity is produced. So first, this nuclear energy is used to convert is used to make the steam. Okay, first the nuclear energy is converted into a mechanical energy, and then that mechanical energy is used to convert used to produce a electrical energy. So next is a windmills. So windmills, here the are wind energy is used to rotate the turbine to produce electricity. So here kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy. So you can see these windmills near the um, hills, or so near the hills. So when the wind blows, this windmills, they will rotate, and which will rotate the turbine, and from there we can produce a current. And next one is cell. So what is a cell? So cell is a device that converts chemical energy into electrical energy. So look at this picture. So here this is a cell, and here we have a this is we are we learn this cell will undergo a process called electrolysis, and here it will have a two electrode, a positive and a negative, and it will have a electrolyte. Okay, so anything which consists of a electrolyte and a metal rod, which will act as a cell. So look at here. So here you have a carbon rod, which is an electrode, and this is your electrolyte. So electrolyte is in the form of a paste, so chemical paste, it is a electrolyte, and you have a positive terminal and a negative terminal. Okay, and this in this device, this chemical energy is converted into a electrical energy. So what happens is here electrolysis takes place. And classification of cells. So depending on the continuity of flow of electrical current, the cells can be classified into two types. One is primary cells, another is secondary cells. Primary cells, so they cannot be recharged, so they can be used only once, and hence primary cells are usually produced in small size. For example, the cells used in clocks, watches, toys, so all those are your primary cells. So these are example for your primary cells. Next is a secondary cells. A cell that can be recharged many times is called secondary cells, and these cells can be recharged by passing electric current, so they can be used again and again. So the size of the secondary cell can be small or even larger one. So in a car and automobiles like your car, truck, buses, we use a larger cell. And in your mobile, laptops, emergency lamp, we use a small to normal size cells. Okay, these are your example for your secondary cells. So lead acid batteries. So these are example for your secondary cell. Next is your battery. So when two or more cells combine together, they make a battery. A cell is a single unit that converts a chemical energy into a electrical energy. So a single unit will call this as a cell. So this is a cell. This is a single unit and this is a cell, and a collection of such units will call that as a battery. So here this is a battery. Here there are so many single units are combined together and forms a battery. So this positive and negative terminal. Okay, and one positive and one negative terminal. So such they will be combined together and forms a battery. Okay, look at here. So there are almost 7 cells constitute this battery. So yeah, so 7 cells contribute to a battery. So collection of a cells is known as a battery. Thank you, and we'll continue the remaining lesson in next video.